In 1950, a German gynecologist, Ernest Grafenberg, described an erotic region on the inner upper wall of the kitty. Since that time, the G-spot has remained the subject of scientific and controversy. Some females report experiencing immense pleasure from the stimulation of this spot. However, others have reported their frustration for their inability to find it, or from the belief that they do not have a G-spot. Finding the G-spot can increase some females' pleasures and give couples a fun challenge to pursue. However, it is important to note that people who cannot find the G-spot or people who do not want to explore to find the G-spot can still enjoy gratifying and pleasurable knacking. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Your favorite sex coach is back on another one. My name is Chioma. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time tuning in on my channel, your first time seeing my face on YouTube. All right, today we're talking about G-spot. We want to study G-spot as a course, so I'm going to be relating with you guys and educating you guys on anything and everything that has to do with G-spot, including knowing what is G-spot, how to find G-spot, can G-spot give pleasure, how to stimulate G-spot, and knacking positions that will aid you to hit the G-spot. So stay tuned, do not go anywhere. What is the G-spot? The elusive G-spot is one of the hotly debated areas when it comes to women's sexual health. But despite what you might have been told in your less than grade 7th grade education class, the G-spot most definitely exists and absolutely accessible. The G-spot is the urethral sponge hitting up against the kitty wall. Similar to an erect joystick, the sponge gets bigger when aroused, so you can find it better when you are turned on. That said, some people might actually think that the G-spot doesn't exist simply because not every woman has one. Plus, the G-spot wraps around the urethra, which can make you feel like you need to pee, and that isn't always pleasurable. Now, knowing what G-spot is all about, your next question might be, can stimulating the G-spot actually help you to squirt? If you're interested in squirting, also known as female ejaculation, tapping into your G-spot might be the way to go. While not everybody can squirt, and ejaculation does not equal, G-spot stimulation is often encouraged in exploring one's potential to squirt, since the ejaculate often occurs when a woman is peaking, not necessarily climaxing during G-spot play. Female ejaculation comes from the buildup of fluid in the urethral sponge. If enough fluid builds up and is followed up by intense pressure, both on the G-spot and clit, ejaculation can occur. It won't always happen, it depends on how hydrated you are. But if squirting excites you, it is definitely worth a try. Just remember to put a towel down there before you play. Now, knowing what G-spot is and knowing what G-spot, the pleasure that the G-spot can give us, we have to look at how do we find the G-spot. So how can you find your G-spot? Experimentation, a healthy mindset, and a little patience are the keys. Most important, get fully aroused, because the G-spot swells the more the woman gets aroused. Full arousal differs for every woman. It may be 5 minutes into knacking activity or 25. Once aroused and lubricated, follow these steps. Number 1, insert a finger, yours or your partner's, into the kitty. Number 2, run it along the top wall of the kitty. Look out for an area that feels different from the entire tissue. Perhaps it is more pleasurable when touched. If you find a spot that feels promising, stimulate the spot with come hither motion. For many women, the G-spot is about halfway the kitty opening and the cervix. If not there, try feeling closer to the kitty opening or the cervix. Many women are scared about peeing during G-spot stimulation because it triggers similar sensation, like they have to urinate. Note: urinate beforehand to put your mind at ease about wetting the bed. Once the G-spot is stimulated to the point of swelling, the peeing feeling usually subsides, perhaps giving way to pleasure. For some women, G-spot stimulation triggers the release of fluid from the skin's gland in the urethra, usually at orgasm. Another method of finding the G-spot, you can follow the old-fashioned way during knacking. Now that will bring us to the next section, which is top positions that would aid you to stimulate or find your G-spot. I'm going to give you 3 top positions that can help you to stimulate the G-spot or that can help you to find your G-spot. In case you don't want to run your fingers or you don't want to run your partner's hands inside there, you can find it with knacking. So let me teach that to you guys. The best knacking positions to stimulate the G-spot. If you're hoping to experience G-spot stimulation during knacking, there are certain knacking positions that work best. Try positions that allow you a little more control so you can figure out what type of stimulation you enjoy most. While there are many knacking positions that can help you achieve this, here are the 3 to try. Number 1, cowgirl. Have your partner lay on their back, climb on top, and straddle them. This position allows you complete control over the rhythm, depth, and angle of penetration so you can focus on finding your G-spot. Instead of bobbing up and down, try moving back and forth to stimulate the G-spot region against your inner kitty wall. Mixing it up can help as well. So do not be afraid to experiment with different speeds and angles. Number 2, doggy style. Doggy style is another great way to achieve deeper penetration during knacking. It is easy to vary the angles to hit your G-spot. Start on your hands and knees with your partner behind you. During penetration, try leaning down on your forearms or pushing your hips backward to change the angle until you find the position that works best for you. If you like, you can try a different variation by lying flat on your stomach with your legs hanging off the edge of the bed, allowing your partner to stand behind you and penetrate from there. Number 3, closed missionary position, a variation on the classic missionary position. This position allows for greater stimulation without the depth of penetration. You will start off on your back in missionary position before moving your legs together. Then your partner's legs should straddle yours, allowing a tighter squeeze. While this shallow penetration that might not off your knacking life, and find what you like. If that means you're able to find your G-spot and rock it, good for you. If not, that's great too. There's no rule that says there is one way to orgasm, and for most women it is normal to prefer a combination of efforts. Finding what works for you can take time, so be patient. The most important thing is that you are satisfied. Exploring your body and your knacking preference is a great way in making sure that you have a happy, safe, and pleasurable knacking life. You should never feel ashamed of figuring out what you like. After all, everyone deserves to have a great knack.